And a pleasant good evening. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep. The greatest love songs of all time. It is yours truly, your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, officially checking in. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday evening. Hopefully, I should say, that you had a great day at work. If you didn't, then hopefully the music will change everything. Well, I'll do my best. I don't know if it's going to change everything, but it's a good idea anyway. Coming up in our last hour, we do a little thing we call foreplay. Four songs by one of your favorite artists and groups, male or female. So it's going to be a surprise tonight. Unless you have someone in mind, then you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger and send me who you want to be on tonight. All right? Cool. All right, let's kick it off with this. I got a call from Dinah Lynn Biggs of Biggs Radio. And she gave me a call right before I, usually take my nap in the evening and everything else. She said she was going through her phone book and a phone number came up. And that number belonged to a good friend of ours by the name of Mr. Emmett Gardner, or as I call him, Uncle Emmett. He made his transition a few years ago, but not without leaving a body of music that will go on forever, like this one. From Smoke City, here's Dreams on Bedtime Stories with peanut butter brother Dr. Al Greer. Good evening, good evening. DJ Carl Dobbins, Pamela Hall. What's going on, Pam? Oh, she said nice hair. My son gave me a haircut, and I didn't put my color back in. I discovered that I have alopecia in the back of my hair or head. So therefore, I'm going to wait until the weekend for my head to kind of heal. So thank you to my son Sincere. That's his nickname on Facebook. So as soon as I get cleared up back there, then I'll be back in black, as it were. But meanwhile, thank you for the compliment. Thank you so much, Barbara Jean. Thank you. Yeah, I've been wearing hats and everything else, trying to, kind of hide it. But it kind of popped out today when he cut my hair. He's like, I really, you know, didn't even notice it until he cut my hair so short you could see it. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm not even going to trip about it. So I'm gonna try to keep the music down as low as I can tonight, so that Facebook doesn't cut me off. Also, I've kind of sped up some of the songs, so that way, you know, they won't be detectable right away. So we'll see what happens. I'm not even gonna trip. Not even gonna trip. But I hope everybody had a great weekend. I know I did, and I'll tell everybody about it as soon as I get back on to tell everybody about it. Let's see, profile detail. Looks like my own father. That's what it looks like. No. I'll put it on the little speaker. Maybe it won't pick it up as much. DJ Carl Dobbins, what's going on, sir? Pamela said, I'm dealing with the same usual suspects: the speeders, the cops, the drunks, the hobos, the hookers, and the womanizers out there. Mm. Barbara Jean says, not feeling well today. Just got into bed and will listen via the radio. Well, feel better. Barbara Jean said, I need to have this mess shaved off my head. Yeah, I felt the same way today. And then I looked at the back of my head and I was like, whoa, what is that back there? I had no idea that that was back there. But of course, my son was cutting my hair. He's like, you know, how long have you had that back there, Dad? I'm like, had what? You know, because I'm thinking maybe it's a little, you know, either alopecia or what's the other? Or, you know, maybe I was getting vitiligo. So, so of course, I put something on it immediately. I'm going to hold off on the dyeing of the hair until the end of the week. I have nowhere to go, nothing to do until Saturday and Sunday, where I'll be at the Jerk Seafood Vegan Fest. So looking forward to that this weekend, the Jerk Seafood Vegan Fest. Those are my buddies, heaven and earth. I only have eyes for you, unless your name is Dell, HP, or Acer. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Shouting out Uncle Marshall and the rest of the Shawlites, may they rest in peace. It's at the Rialto Theater last night in Joliet as they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Joliet. And it's, man, it's long overdue. I wish they had done it when some of the other members of the Shawlites were still alive. They did a live performance. As a matter of fact, they went on first. And of course, Uncle Marshall came out there with his fan. It's like, where's my money, Uncle Marshall? Because, you know, we were talking about that. I said, man, you need to do a line dance. And he said, well, we did do a line dance to the Hunt on the Thing remake. So, oh well, so much for my idea, right? Shout out to Uncle Marshall and the rest of the gentlemen who, as he calls them, they're sidemen. They're actually members of Next Movements from Chicago, all right, who currently live in Vegas. Shout out to those guys as well. And I got a chance to meet Bob Surratt. The first time I saw him was at Herb Kent's funeral a few years ago. I got a chance to talk to him for a while until he ghosted me. But, you know, that's what they do. You know, when you're that popular and a legend. I said, okay, this picture is going to be 1.5 legends, you know, like 2.5 men. Men. So, legend and a half. I'm the half right here. Here's the SOS band. Tell me if you still care. It is Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Mm-hmm. Jimmy Williams said, keep it gray. I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll see at the end of the week. But right now, you know, I need to probably talk to a few other people. My daughter, bless her heart, she'll probably say, Daddy, you really look like Pawpaw now, like Grandpa. So we'll see what happens. But Jimmy said, keep it gray. Oh, I don't know. This is the first day of gray. We'll see how that works out. You turn my fan off. It's just too loud. Anyway, I'm trying something new tonight. I'm speeding the songs up so that they won't be detected on Facebook. Now, let's see what happens. Now, if that works, then we'll keep doing that every night. Otherwise, expect me to keep logging back on over and over again because they'll keep snatching me off. So, once again, I talked to a couple last night. They do radio. I cannot remember their names. Please charge it to my head and not to my heart. They said that they would be listening to me tonight, and I hope they are. So one of them said, the gentleman, he said he started at WLCH in Gary. I'm like, oh, so did I. So he said, yeah, I worked at WJOB, and I said, in Hammond? Wow. So I felt like I was in good company last night with some of those people. I almost got a chance to say hello to Eddie Volkman from Eddie and Jobo. Every time I tried to talk to him, somebody, you know, pulled me to the side or called my name. I'm like, Look, I'm trying to holler at Eddie V. You know, he was like right there. I'm like, but he was talking to somebody. So I don't want to cut him off because he may have come across not being so nice. You know, once again, Bob Surratt was nice enough to stop for a while and talk to me because I mentioned Herb Kent, and then his wife Marianne Murciano Surratt. Um, talked to me a little bit longer. He wasn't on stage. He was the MC, and Beyonce Fox from V103 um, was there. So, which I thought was like kind of awkward because I've never heard her play a Shylight record before in my life. You know, I don't even think V103 plays any Shylights because it's way too old. It's out of their playlist. So, anything after 1972 or before 72, I should say, they don't play it. Before 90, but that's okay because that's what we play. We play, 60s, 70s, 80s. They can have the 90s, they can have the 2000s, they can have all of that. You know, in the words of Prince, real music by real musicians. The only drum machine you'll hear will be in this one, and that's the Roland 808, made popular by Prince and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. So that's it. Oh, and I'm still on live. Cool. So we're good to go tonight. So they haven't tampered with me tonight. John Caldwell will be joining me on my live. He performed with a young lady last night who was doing some blues cut, and he was the band leader. I was like, oh, okay, all right, John. So hopefully he'll be joining us later on the live, as well as everyone else. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Jimmy said, keep it gray. No way. I look like my own father. I am my father. Man. We'll see what happens, Jimmy. We shall see. Mhm. The Spinners and there's no one like you, I should say, right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. For those of you who are watching me on Facebook right now, and you're like, what is wrong with his hair? Well, I got a haircut today, and I didn't put my color back in. Jimmy Williams said, "Leave it gray, man." I'm like, "No, brother. Uh-uh. You stay gray, I stay brown, okay? Or peanut butter, that is." It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, shouting out everyone that I met at the Rialto Theater last night out in Joliet. We had a great time. Dr. Marshall Thompson, he performed with his fan. All right, Uncle Marshall. They wheeled him out and he whipped out that fan. And actually, no one really got it with the fan, because, most of the people were, how can I put it, of the Caucasian persuasion. So they didn't know anything about, where them fans at. So they just looked at him like, okay, that's a nice prop. It goes with his outfit. But they didn't get the fan reference. I did, because when they wheeled him out and he pulled out that fan, I was like, I just fell out. I was like, oh no, oh no. They're not going to get it. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Who did it best? Oh no, you tell me. It's Luther Vandross and Since I Lost My Baby, originally done by America's favorite group, The Temptations. And the new day sing, since I lost my baby. Since I lost my baby. Children of the there's plenty of room, and the boss of you'll save more money to buy records. Which is interesting because funny you should say that, Jimmy. The um, the die that I use only costs $4. So, and I don't think I've had. I've never bought another record since. It's been a while since I bought records. Um, I basically just go into record shops, pick out what I want, and leave back out. You know, unlike some people that I know, Ray Neal, who pays for their records. I don't. I fortunately have the Richard Peggy hookup. I guess that's what you want to call it, you know. Yeah. Yeah, Richard used to do that all the time. He would walk in a record shop, mainly out of the past, 4407 West Madison. Shameless plug, right? Yeah, he would walk in there, grab a whole bunch of records, and say, I see you guys later. And that was it. You know, that's how he did it. You know, and the next thing you know, he'd be, you know, giving them a plug on the radio. So the radio plug meant more than or cost more than the price of the records. So he got away with it. So therefore, I would always follow him into the record shop, or as Prince said, the record store, and that was it. So I have plenty of money to buy hair dye, which only costs $4 a box from the nearest beauty salon. So that's it. So I cannot remember the last time I bought an album. Yes, I can. I take that back. The album that I bought was Chocolate Chip by Isaac Hayes, because at that time, when it at the height of its popularity, that album had a song called I Can't Turn Around. Well, when that song came out, you know, in a mix that most of the house DJs had been sampling it or putting it in their mix, then the album bumped up to like $75. So when I bought it, was from a record store over on 87th Street. Hey, Lenise, we were just talking about you today, me and Lawrence. We were just talking about you. Just talking about you. So when that album got re-released, people were paying upwards of $75 to $100 for that album, just like the album that Jeffrey did, the Love's Gonna Last album. Yeah. Good evening, Chris Bass. What's going on, sir? Bass, how low can you go? So Yep, that was the last time I bought an album. And the guy looked at me and said, "You look familiar." I'm like, "I shouldn't. I'm on the radio." And, that's how that goes sometimes. Sometimes people recognize me and sometimes they don't. Sometimes they'll give me a discount, like I got at Beverly Records when I bought that amplifier that I'd been looking at for the past, it's been a while. It's been sitting up there. It's a Crown Microtech 1200 or something like whatever it is. It's a Crown amp. One of the best amps made until this Crest company came into existence. So, excuse me. So, yeah. So yeah, back to you, Lanice. We were talking about you earlier, me and Lawrence. You know, want all my children, to keep in touch with each other. Okay, who did it best, Luther or the Temptations? It's a toss-up because I'm a Temptations fan, so it's hard to say. Luther's version is a lot slower, a lot sadder, a lot sadder. Since I Lost My Baby, The Temptations, and Luther Vandross, who did it best, right here on Bedtime Stories. Hello to Lanice Banks, who is the daughter of my dearly departed friend, Tornado, Big Daddy Woo Woo. We miss him around these parts because he was everybody's friend and comedian. He was about to go on tour with this guy by the name of Ballhead. He and another guy, they were all going to go on tour together. Unfortunately, Tornado fell ill, and yeah, that would have been a hell of a concert, considering he's never done comedy before. He just got up there one night and it was just funny as you know what. Anyway, I love you too, sweetheart. She said, "Come get your bad baby, my god grandchildren." I think she's referring to. Once again, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. Hello to Jimmy Williams, who's making reference to my hair. He said, "Keep it gray." I said, "I don't know. I'll get back with you on that by the end of the week when I get tired of looking at it." Here are the Isley Brothers by request for you, Jimmy. Sensuality from the Fight the Power LP on Bedtime Stories. That's right, I said LP. And you too, Chris Bates. You remember LPs, don't you? Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm. So which one is the bad baby? He said the bad baby. Oh, whoa, baby. Oh, she's 4. Oh yeah, yeah, that's a bad one. Yeah, she's past the terrible twos into the fours. Wow. She's up now at 9 o'clock at night. Good Lord. Good grief. Shouldn't she be in bed? I'm just saying, she should be in bed, you know, at least laying down. Not asleep, but just laying down. All right, let me prepare my dinner that I didn't prepare earlier. It'll only take 4 minutes. All right. So she's up talking, huh? All right, let's see. Did they cut me off? No. Nope, they didn't. So that speeding up of the songs kind of worked. They're not that far away from their original, original speed. So, yeah, look at that hair. Oh my God. I just stopped looking at it. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I hate looking at it. Mm-mm. I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, the haircut is fantastic. Doesn't look bad at all. It's just you know, the old gray mare. She ain't what she used to be. I need to get stock in Arizona iced tea, the green tea with the ginseng and the honey in it. I need to get stock in that because I'm going through those like crazy. Is DJ Carl Diamond still on my live? Because I'm definitely out of strawberries. That is Auntie Dionne Warwick. That is. I'll never love this way again. No, that's right. Never love this way. The next one, boy. Oh my goodness, they're gonna have a hard time. They better be a good cook and everything. Shoot. It's a cook and a porn star. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Don't pay any attention to me. I didn't have much sleep. Um, as I said earlier, congratulations to Marshall Thompson of the Shawlites. He's the last remaining member of that group out of Eugene Record, Robert Squirrel Lester, and Credell Jones. That was a hell of a lineup back then. Of course, got to shout out Doc, Danny, and the rest of the guys who also sang with that group, or as Uncle Marshall calls them, sidemen. Okay. Here's Luther once again. Nobody to love on Bedtime Stories. Mm-mm. Come on, Luther. And you talk a lot of dirt. Luther, John Caldwell, the hardest working bass player in radio or in show business. He left one gig and went to another gig and did another gig, and he's all gigged out. Chris Bass, weren't you on Facebook Live today? I think I saw you on Facebook Live. Let me check on my dinner. I heard the microwave go off. And my dinner is ready. Let the noodles cool off. From the album You Are My Starship by Norman Connors, that, of course, the late great Phyllis Hyman and Michael Henderson. We both need each other. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, as we switch over to Biggs Radio. But first, boy, that ended abruptly. I should have known that. We are WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, taking you from the 8-track to the latest app. Also WRLN Radio and WBOE, owned by Ray Neal, and of course, Professor Reggie Miles. Thank you so much to all those stations for carrying me. I appreciate it. This is your Dr. Al Greer, and this is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time, as we join the Biggs Radio Network. Earlier this evening, they interviewed members of Midnight Star, and we're going to do some Midnight Star music later on. But right now, here is Heat Wave from the Central Heating LP. This is Happiness Togetherness on Bedtime Stories. Sad. Happiness. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ramen noodles. It's a meal within itself. At least it thinks it's a meal within itself. You put meat in it, it changes the game, doesn't it? When there's no other food in the house, ramen noodles fit the bill. Just got back with the original peanut butter bread. That's what we call Greer and Bedtime store on WNSTradio.com. Yummy. I might eat another one before I go to bed, just to be a glutton. Hey, this stuff goes fast. Mm. For those of you who say, where's the female voice in that song? And it's much slower. That's because it's the original. Let Me Prove My Love to You from the Main Ingredient. Right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to John J.C. Caldwell, bass player extraordinaire, and of course, my bass teacher. Lanice Banks, my goddaughter. And who else? Oh, and everybody at Biggs Radio Chicago. Thank you so much for tuning in to Bedtime Stories. Once again, that was Let Me Prove My Love to You. Now, Kanye West had the great idea to take that song and record it on this young lady. Here's Alicia Keys. This is the sample that she used. Well, you just heard the sample, but this is the song, You Don't Know My Name, from Alicia Keys here on Bedtime Stories. All righty.
Radio and WC topics for Greer, Chicago. From 9 p.m. to 12 midnight, playing nothing but the classic love songs where he push you to bed and never to sleep. Dr. Greer, give us in the morning.
Is everyone still there? Just one. Okay. So we're still doing good. They haven't cut me off yet. Yet. Oh my God, the back of my head looks off. I'm about to put a hat on or something. Now, some love songs are happy and sappy, and some are just plain old sad. That's one of those sad ones. Love Don't Live Here Anymore. Rose Royce right here on Bedtime Stories. From the guys that brought you Car Wash. I Want to Get Next to You. If You Feel Like Dancing. Golden Touch, and of course the original version of I'm Going Down. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Speaking of original versions, that, of course, is the original version of Rolls Royce. Love Don't Live Here Anymore. And this was done a few years ago on an album that Seal did. Same song, different artist. Who did it best? Here's Seal and Love Don't Live Here Anymore. And Jimmy, I'm not shaving my head for anyone. You are determined for me to go bald or stay gray. Why? Is there some kind of club that you're putting together? You know, for balding or gray men? You know, I'm sorry, but you know, revoke my membership right now. I'm not trying to look like somebody's grandfather, even though I am. But no, I'm not going to do that. When you go bald, no worries at all. Nope, that ain't gonna happen. It's too much stuff out here. I'll do a Steve Harvey before I go bald. Nope, sorry. Yeah, you can take my card back. I'm not trying to be, you know, in the grandfather gang. You on your own on that one, sir. Yeah, and wear thick glasses and walk on a cane. Yeah, all of that stuff. Yeah. No. Sorry. You are on your own, brother. You can start that club without me. I got Al Greer in the old man club. Yeah. Ah. Show up with my house shoes on, with my socks on, with some shorts, you know, plaid shorts, of course, and the thickest glasses I can find. Nope, I will pass on that. I'm gonna stay fly till I die. You know, I'll find you some other people who might want to, you know, do that. You know, you know. I saw Steve Harvey recently. He still got that black mustache, and I know his mustache is white, but I don't blame him. You know, when you're on TV and stuff, and you're in the public, you know, looking old is not an option because they always remember what you look like back then. So as long as I can get away with it, at least until I get into my 70s, maybe let a little gray peek out, and then I'll join your club. By that time, everyone will be dead. Just kidding. But no, Jimmy, ain't going out like that. You know, no bald, no gray, no nothing. Still be standing up straight, running, all of that stuff. No, I'll go. I'll be old when it's time. But right now, what time is it? Ain't time to be old. Mm-mm. Nope. Yeah, well, like I said, I'll think about it by the end of the week if I want to do the gray thing. I've seen some brothers. Speaking of Steve Harvey, they were on Steve Harvey. They call themselves the Silver Foxes, and that looks good on them. They're all built older men with gray beards, and they dress nicely. I'm like, that's cool. I love it. But I'm in no hurry to be in that club. I admire them. Oh, don't get me wrong. Them some sharp brothers. They are sharp to the bone. You know, if they come up with a Silver Fox chapter here in Chicago, I'll join. But I ain't letting my hair go gray. That's a different story. I'll hold off on that. As long as I can get away with it and not look crazy, it's like, oh, that old man trying to look young. It's like, no, that old man is young. Nope. 67. Tell me I look 50. It's a mind and nature thing. It absolutely is. Yeah. I'll be 65 in December. But I don't go around wearing it like, where's my senior discount? Hey, I got my AARP card here. No, ain't ready for that yet. And when I am, we'll go to Denny's or what's the other place? IHOP, and get our Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruities together on Senior Day. Till then, I'm still trying to pull them young as long as I can. Hmm. I mean, I understand. Nobody wants to be left alone in that category. you know, just in case one of us falls out, somebody else has to call for help. Mhm. I love mine too, but I only use it when I have to. Only pull it out when you need it, like when the bill is too high. Stevie Wonder and Rocket Love, writing bedtime stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, saying hello to Jimmy Williams, who's loving his senior discounts. I'm not mad at you, brother. I'm just not ready for that. Yeah, I will not be rolling up into IHOP or Denny's asking for my senior discount. Not yet. Now, if the bill is too high, that's another story. Then I'll whip out my AARP card on them. But until then, no, I ain't ready. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to my daughter. She's like, "How are you, old man?" in capital letters. Don't remind me. I guess she was looking at my hair. Thank you for the dinner last night. She cooked greens. What was that? Short ribs of beef or something? That meat was just so tender. Oh my goodness. And whatever meat that you put in the greens, I ate the entire plate. Just like a young man, not an old man, but a young man. Okay. Once again, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to K Pat, also known as Kimberly Patterson on Biggs Radio. You can check her out every Thursday at 8 p.m. because I do. Here's the maestro, Barry White. Love ain't easy. Ooh, in capital letters, old man. All right. Must be the hair. Right. I didn't get any mac and cheese. I got everything but that. But I did eat the short ribs. Those were delicious. I mean, I'm trying to pick it up right with the fork, and it keeps falling off the fork. I'm like, okay, but it was delicious. Thank you once again. I started to come back and get some more tomorrow tonight, but I'm sure it was all gone. So yeah, I mean, whew, I can only imagine. And the mac and cheese was gone. I know, right? Yeah, I'm sure it was gone. But it was delicious. Thank you, sweetheart. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I ate all of it, every. Woo-hoo. And I say and I didn't realize that I'd eaten it all until I looked down and the plate was empty. I even ate the sweet potatoes. So yeah, all good. Chicken Alfredo. Ooh, yeah. Save me some of that. Put it in the freezer or something. But thank you. I love you too, sweetheart. I mean, it was. Whew, it was delicious. I don't know what you put in the meat. I don't know what you put in the greens. Well, green seasoning, of course. But it was great. It was great. It was fantastic. Fantastic. Yo, Angie. And your food was good too, Angie. The corned beef and cabbage. Y'all trying to make me fat. I was trying to lose weight, you know, to keep my summer body throughout the fall, but it ain't gonna work, you know. It ain't gonna work. But that's okay. It lasted. Yes, you are your mama's child. She is taught by Big Mama. I mean, delicious. Between the two of you all, I'm going to stay fat or get fatter. Yep. Oh, you got left? Cool. I'll be over tomorrow. Not like I have a job to go to. So, yeah. Yep, I will be over tomorrow to get more corned beef and cabbage. Leftovers, yay. Now, some people don't like leftovers. I don't know why. I don't have a problem with them. Ooh, time is flying. I'll be back in the bed in no time. from the album Sheet Music. That's Sheet. And of course, the maestro Barry White for Jimmy Williams of the Old Man Club. He wanted me to join. Give me a few more years. You're 67 now. Give me a few more years to enjoy my early 60s before I go into the latter of my 60s. I appreciate it. It's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, just about 20 minutes away from foreplay. That comes up at 11 o'clock Central Standard Time here on Bedtime Stories. Once again, hello to the Biggs Radio family. I think they're still following me. I think they went to sleep after the boss lady, after she signed off. They're like, everybody like, that guy, he's okay. Anyway, hello to my sister from another Mr., Angie Martin Turner, and my daughter, Brianna. Between the two of them, they keep me fed. I should say they keep me fat. They both cook. And they're excellent cooks, too. It's Michael Franks. Boom, boom, boom. Only one bad habit. Only one? Mama, it is you. Just one. Mm-hmm.
This is Jimmy. And you're listening to Al Greer Bedtime Stories.
You turn that down before they cut me off. That's some Tommy Mottola stuff. Make it right. I love that song. Produced by Babyface. Sometimes you just have to put your heart on the line. Michael Jackson on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. For those of you who were looking for me to perform at the where am I? Oh, Inglewood Fest. If you were looking for me to perform at the Inglewood Fest this past weekend, they kind of ran out of time. Yeah. You know, they were like, okay, you're on next. Okay, no, you're not. You're on next. No. Uh, I was supposed to go on after Slick J. Adams, but a couple of hip hop acts came before me. And by that time, the crowd was too hyped for my old butt to go on. So therefore, yeah, maybe next year. Maybe next year. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Also, what's happening in Inglewood, there was a crash that happened in Inglewood, not far from where I live, just before 5 a.m. Um, a driver who tried to flee the scene of a serious crash is among two people critically injured on Monday. Officers saw a black Mazda SUV speeding and drifting into other lanes when police tried to investigate. The SUV hit a green Pontiac sedan in the intersection. Officers arrest the SUV's driver who tried to flee the scene. Sounds familiar. Last year, I was involved in a hit and run. They hit the vehicle that I was in, and the the people got out and ran. They were like, "Oh shoot, we're still on probation," and they weren't supposed to be out. Still waiting for that check too. But not gonna I need top dog or somebody to help me. Anyway, coming up in our next hour, of course, it's foreplay. But right now, we lost him this time last year. We, who we talking about? Who? I'm sorry. I sound like I'm from the hood. Without further ado, here's Tito Jackson. Rest in peace, Tito. His one-way street on Bedtime Stories. Uh-oh. I guess they got me anyway. Like, what song did I play this time? So much for that theory of speeding the songs up. That didn't work. Oh, shoot. Nope, they didn't get me. Just you all stop commenting. Good Times from the album The Jacksons. From, of course, The Jacksons, right here on Bedtime Stories. It was actually the first album that they did off of Motown. So it did very well. And of course, in the background, you hear MFSB, Mother, Father, Sister, Brother. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind. where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. I saw this gentleman last night along with his longtime friend Vern. We're talking about this guy. The legendary Bells. And now he's starting his own legend, Marvin Jr. Jr. Tell you I love you. Can I tell you I love you? From Marvin Jr. Jr. Available on all download platforms. Can I tell you I love you? From Marvin Jr. Jr. Download it today. And it's funny because they recognized me. Vern, of course, Vern Allison, also known as Tony, and Marvin Jr. Jr., also known as Marvin Jr. Jr. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WCHI Biggs Radio Chicago, taking you from the latest, from the 8-track to the latest app. I love that phrase. I like saying it. And of course, WRLN and WBOE. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, it is time for foreplay. She was professionally known as Lady T. Her real name, or her government name, as we say, Mary Christine Brockert. She was also known as Lady T, Vanilla Child, well, you name it. She was known for her distinctive and soulful soprano vocals, which caused many listeners to believe that she was African American. She is also the godmother of Maya Rudolph, Minnie's daughter. Tonight we feature in foreplay Miss Tina Marie on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al. She's been here before. You all put me down. What happened? I understand people get sleepy. Music kind of does it, you know. Her ethnic heritage was Belizean, Portuguese, Italian, Irish, and Native American. Wow, just a melting pot. And that her paternal ancestors once lived in New Orleans or New Orleans. Hmm. When she was 8 years old, her parents began sending Tina on auditions, and she netted an acting role on the Beverly Hillbillies, credited as Tina Marie Brockert. She taught herself the guitar, bass, and congas, and formed a semi-professional R&B band with her younger brother Anthony, with their cousin. Hmm, cool. Only days of really. Got that Ramsey Lewis look going on, with the dark. Yeah. Okay, maybe it's working. They haven't cut me off yet. Hmm.
Flash going. Like I don't have to be waiting like my arm shit going big sticky now. Close your eyes, I'm like, I'll be going to beat it fast. They try to press it in the shit no more. It's nothing wrong. It go immediately. Sure? I'll take a picture of the crowd myself. Yeah, all y'all come over here. This ain't no business. You got me waiting. I should break your shit. Brother sitting back. All this money, you think about my picture. I want my picture took up here.
Mm. Wrapping up foreplay on Tina Marie. That is out on a limb, writing up bedtime stories. I know the feeling, Tina. On a limb. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This, of course, is Bedtime Stories, wrapping up foreplay. She was contacted in the fall of 1982 after expressing dismay over her Motown contract. She signed with Columbia Records, and that allowed her to establish her own publishing company. Unfortunately, that was short lived because she made her transition December 26th in 2010. She was only 54 years young. Wow. Tina Marie, Mary Christine Brockert. Her mentor, of course, was the great Rick James. He had a choice either to produce an album on her or on Diana Ross. He chose wisely because I don't think him and Tina, Rick and Skinny Ross would have gotten along at all. No. You know, if Diana Ross didn't get along with Marvin Gaye while they were recording the Marvin and Diana album, because she said that Marvin Gaye liked to smoke in the studio. I'm just saying, if Marvin liked to smoke cigarettes in the studio, you know she wasn't gonna put up with no Rick James smoking you know what in the studio. Ain't that right, Tina?
Bedtime stories continuing about radio.
Baby's fine, always keeps me guessing. The world keeps me guessing about you. Had more girl, how you get money? You make it money when I say he loves me only. But who are you to say what he does? Just because I'm in love, to see my smile, my is clairvoyant and told to was fun. Said to me tomorrow, up to tomorrow, even when I never see it. All I you to say what I did when you weren't around. Just because I'm in love with you, yes, all around. So now everyone there, the body, much time to shout. Everyone got these. You and I, nobody knows right now. Feels so hard that I won't get throwing down my love. Just about all I do. What's it I always say again? I'll have my name in here too. Just like waiting on them. What's down what
Deron Williams asked me, when was the last time you played Casanova Brown by Tina Marie? Well, it's been a while. It's been a long while. But there it is, Casanova Brown. That was a song written by Tina Marie for her then mentor and sometimes collaborator and sometimes boyfriend, Mr. Rick James, Casanova Brown. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This, of course, is Bedtime Stories. Got like 22 minutes left, so we're going to make the best of it. Here's a song that was brought to my attention by Wanda. Hadn't heard this song in a while. From the Iceman Jerry Butler. This is No Fair Falling in Love on Bedtime Stories. No fair falling in love. So true.
Ladies, it's your man at night at noon that tends to listen to your podcast radio.
Ooh. Deron. The great, the great Lou Rawls and Will You Kiss Me One More Time? Right here on Bedtime Stories. With the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, that idea that I had, it kind of worked. What I did was I sped up some of the songs tonight. That way Facebook wouldn't kick me off. And it worked. Hey, I'm gonna do that tomorrow night too. Just speed it up just a tad bit so it's not the original key, if you know what I mean. Just slightly sped up. Anyway, thank you to Deron Williams for checking in. He said, I've been here all night watching you on Facebook. Ooh, that sounds creepy. But anyway, thank you so much. And those who are listening on Ray Neal Media, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you guys. I really do. You know, Ray Neal's not the only one on this whole station. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys, and I love you. Here's Johnny Taylor. It's called Just Because here on Bedtime Stories. Good Lord. Mm-mm.
You sit this still.
Funeral from Johnny Taylor. Thank you so much for staying up with me tonight. To all the listeners, thank you so much. Let's do it again tomorrow, shall we? Okay, let's. All right. At 9 p.m. All right. Meet me right here. Don't meet me here. Beat me here. All right. Thank you for listening to Barbara Jean, Chris Bass, Deron Williams, my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner, to Kimberly Patterson. Thank you so much for listening, as always. And just everyone. If you listen tonight, make sure you listen tomorrow. Barbara Jean, thank you for sharing the live video that I do. And of course, I had to speed up all the music tonight so that Facebook wouldn't kick me off. All right? All right. and to everyone that I met over the weekend at the Rialto Theater and the Inglewood Music Fest. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Kimberly Patterson. Nighty night, guys.